Okay, thank you. Let me know that you can hear me, please. Good, good, good. Okay. So let me see if anyone's typing anything in. If you're out there, folks, let me know if you can hear me. And if you can hear me, they should be able to hear me. So I'm going to get started. I don't think there should be a problem. I would like to know one thing. There's quite a few people here. How many of you trading or trading in prop accounts versus a regular old-fashioned cash account? Would you type in, please, and just let me know? I'm curious what kind of account you're trading in. Are you trading prop? Are you trading cash? Tell me what you're trading. I'm just curious because we're experiencing no more cash traders in these markets, hardly at all. Everybody seems to be, yeah, either both. I'd say, I guess that's true. A lot of people are trading both cash and prop, but I would say we're about 85% prop these days. Nobody's trading cash. Well, I'm getting surprised here. There's some people trading cash. So that's interesting. Okay. All right. Well, I wanted to get started. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director for 10 Minute Trades. I want to talk about safe setups for volatile markets because, as you know, I don't have to tell you if you watch the markets, there's been the biggest correction in the shortest period of time. If you run a government by tweet, you're going to have a market filled with uncertainty, and that's what we have, and that creates volatility. That's where we are right now. As I said, that's me. I'm Lee Goldstein, the trading director, 10 Minute Trades. I love what I do. I love teaching. That's me. A little bit older now. Got to change the picture. Um, I love teaching all the setups that we have at 10 Minute Trades. And there's probably some people that don't know who we are and what we do. So I'm just going to briefly go through exactly what we do so you understand it. Please don't forget it's possible to lose money trading futures. We trade futures, okay? We have a methodology that we call appointment-based trading. We trade on a schedule. We don't sit in front of the computer all day long waiting for setups. We use the Ninja Trader platform and we're trading futures with our software, okay? So when I say we're trading earnings, we're not trading the stock. We devised a fantastic way to trade futures with earnings, and a lot of our members trade that way with us. We have a system, we have software. Our software is an ATM, an automated trade manager, so you don't have to learn the automated trade management language that's built into NinjaTrader. You could just easily learn how to enter numbers into our software, and it makes it very easy to trade. We have a lot of different setups. Today I'm going to talk about three of our many setups that are available in our software. If you're a discretionary trader, you can use our software. If you want to trade exactly the way we trade, then of course you want to use our software. We've spent, our software has been I guess you could say it's been my pet project. The minute I got to 10 Minute Trades, we were called JOBB back then. Joe, Joe, I don't even remember what it was called, Bracket Breakout. It was my boss's name, and it was a hobby. And when I got here, the first thing I did is I created a live trade room, and I started working on our software. It wasn't that our software wasn't good, because it's the software that got me to become a member of. It was Joe Bracket Breakout, and that's the software got me to be a member. But I knew that if we wanted to survive, and we've been here going on our eighth year now, we're in our eighth year. We had to upgrade our software, make it more amenable to professional traders, and add more setups to it so that anybody could use the software discretionary as well as news trading. And I know a lot of people are afraid of the words news trading, but everything is news trading these days because the news never stops. It never ends. It never stops. And who knows how long it's going to be this way? We don't know. So you've got to pivot and trade what the markets show you, not what you want to trade. And you need to find the best tools to help you trade the way the markets are behaving. So we've updated our software very recently. We used to call it JOBB version 11. We're now calling it News Trader software. And I'm going to talk about 3 setups today, but I want to briefly, like I said, just explain exactly what we do. So we have 5 elements that make up our system. And the system is the weekly market mover. So that's the weekly schedule. And you know what? Let me show you the real weekly schedule that we're going to be working with this coming week. This is our weekly schedule. We affectionately call it the WMM, the weekly market mover. So it has a lot of information on it. It's got the trigger time of the event we're trading. Because remember, what we do is we create a weekly schedule, we trade on that schedule. So we know exactly when we're going to be in our trade room, we know exactly what time we're going to trade, okay? And we also show all that information on our weekly schedule. And there's other info as well. So of course, we have the time of the event that we're looking at. Sunday evening, we don't have a trade room because we don't trade the Chinese retail news, but we let our members know this is a report that might be moving the market. Monday, we'll be in the trade room at 8 o'clock for U.S. retail sales, and we call that a family money trade. That means it's one of our best trades, and it's a trade that we're going to trade live, real money, or prop every single time. And we also stream that event on YouTube. All that's on our weekly schedule, and it shows the instrument we're going to be trading. And whether or not we have a daily trade report. The daily trade report is our second element. The daily trade report looks something like this depending on the event. There's more than one type of a daily trade report. Now, please bear with me for 1 second. Right before I got here, my computer crashed and I had to reboot. My files got scattered all over my desktop. This is a daily market mover. This is element number 2. After we create a weekly schedule, we send to our members a daily market mover trade report on the event we're going to trade the next day. So for instance, U.S. retail sales is Monday. So we're going to send this report on how we're going to possibly trade it Sunday. So the day before the event takes place, our members are going to receive the daily trade report either in their email or we show them how they can download it from our website. The daily trade report has a lot of good info. It has some history about the trade. It has a journal. How'd this report do the last 6 times? That's what this white section in the middle is. And retail sales has been a winner 5 out of the last 6 months that we've traded it. It's been a really good trade. It's also what we call a trap trade. And I'm going to get to that. Again, that's one of the 3 setups I'm going to talk about today. What's important is this is a setup that we explain and show to our members the day before. That's called the daily market mover, element number 2. Element number 3 of our system obviously is going to be trade room access. I really believe now that in these particularly volatile markets, if you don't come into the trade room, it's going to be harder to trade the news. Certainly, if you're a discretionary trader, you don't need me because I'm not teaching just discretionary trading. We are focusing on news and event trading. We do have discretionary setups, and it's important to have discretionary setups when the markets are very volatile. But trade room access, I believe, is very, very important. And if you want to learn, certainly if you want to learn our system, the trade room access is important, certainly for the first month or 2 that you're a member. News Trader software is our software. It's a suite of setups, breakout reports, trap trades, reversal continuations, and then we have an extra strategy called the magnet trade strategy, and that's another one of the systems I'm going to be talking about today. That is our whole system. That is everything, essentially almost everything that we offer, other than there's a few classes that we have that are, not included in our general membership. Many of them are free. Some of them are even available on our website. So again, a weekly market mover, the weekly schedule, everything starts with the weekly schedule. The daily market movers, our daily trade reports, and then you have our news trader software, trap trades, magnet trades. Our software is a custom strategy. It's an add-on to Ninja Trader. It has multiple setups. So when I say it has multiple setups, we have breakout trades. So I'm sure that everybody understands what I mean when I say a breakout trade. Let me show you a sample of a fantastic breakout trade. The U.S. jobs report has been a report that we've been doing very well this year. Trading it, it's a breakout. So what does that mean? We trade gold on this report, and I'll show you in 1 second. We'll get there. Remember, our members get a daily market report. It explains how we're going to trade gold, and then in the trade room, we verify that the market is safe to trade exactly the way we want to. If not, we might make modifications. And then what happens is our brackets will show up on the screen. That was a phenomenal breakout trade. That was actually over $2,000 in profits in 1 second. And also we traded bonds on that report, and bonds had an awesome setup also. But that's a breakout, all right? In other words, you're putting price brackets above the current price, you're putting a bracket below the current price, and then the news comes out, the market moves, and it puts you in the market. And if it's a very fast moving event, it takes you out of the market with a profit. That's the ideal breakout trade. So you could see that our software right here automatically puts the orders on the chart. Those little X's are the orders. Our software supports multiple setups, multiple instruments at one time simultaneously. You could have 3 charts open, 3 different instruments, 3 different trade setups on the same event if you wanted to. And sometimes that is a very reasonable way to trade, because not every event has only one way to trade it. It's something that we have embraced over the years, rather than trying to always just pick the perfect instrument. We realize that there are many instruments that often move on one report. Certainly the U.S. jobs report, almost every instrument you'd look at will have a tradable move on that event. That's just the nature of the U.S. jobs report. So that's what I mean by, and when I say we have multiple setups, so that's a breakout. Then we have a reverse breakout. We have a way to do the exact opposite of that. Instead of going long when the market goes up on the breakout, we can go short at a level we type into the software. And we could do the same thing on both sides of the market. So instead of breaking out long, we could expect a whipsaw, for instance, and we could go short when the market goes up. And that actually is a very big part of the trap trade, which I am going to get into, like I said. Our software automates your entries if you want to, because you don't want to be fumbling around trying to move your brackets during very volatile events when people are saying things in the news. You want the software to automate as much as possible when you choose to. And that's the key. There are times when you want to enter when you choose to, not when the software is set up. Now, when I say the software enters you automatically, we can enter based on time. For instance, I could tell the software, put my orders on the chart exactly at 8 o'clock and 1 second after. I could say, put my orders on the chart 5 seconds before the news is released. The great thing about trading news, and one of the good things about the earnings trades that we take, they're reliable in terms of when they release the event. The jobs report is a government report, and it's released on time all the time, year after year. And because of that, we're able to set up our software to trigger at certain times because we know the news is going to be released reliably. Jobs reports, GDP reports, the FOMC this week, for instance, will trade that. All because many of those events are reliable and they come out and are released when we expect them. Okay? Now, let me help this one person who says he has no sound. Let me just tell him to log in and out because that's the, if you have no, well, you're not going to hear me. So hang on, let me just help him by typing it in. Okay, let's keep going here. Our software, as I said, is also a super ATM. It's an automated trade manager. It lets you program trailing stops. You can move your stop if your target gets hit. All when it basically allows you to manage a trade after you get entered into a trade. We call our methodology appointment-based trading because we are trading on appointment. We're actually on our weekly schedule. We, like I said, we know exactly what time we're going to be in the trade room. We know exactly what time the events are taking place. So we're trading on appointment. You can schedule your trades. I like to schedule a week in advance because otherwise you're subject to, you got to check the schedule anyway because events can change when they're going to be released. But generally, we use calendars to help us find these events. I like to schedule a week in advance, but if you want to, you could schedule up to a month in advance. Why appointment-based trade? Why this methodology? Well, I love trading, okay, but I hate being in the market. If you spend more and more time you spend in the market, the more and more possibility it is that you could lose. The less time you spend in the market, we have learned over the years, obviously, the less trading you do, the more you can make. And also, trading can be really boring. You sit around for hours and hours waiting for the best setup. If you blink wrong or you go up to go to the bathroom, you miss the trade. With an appointment-based trade, with a jobs report or GDP or the FOMC, you know it's taking place at a certain time. Get to the trade room 30 minutes early, get ready for the event. The event takes place, then we leave and go do other things. You don't have to hang around for hours and hours waiting for setups. It's a fantastic way to trade. So what triggers an appointment-based trade? High impact economic reports, big company earnings reports, market open and closes, end of the day trades, and there are hundreds of those triggers within those categories I just explained to you, and you can find those categories, those events on the various calendars that exist for free for all traders. You've got forexfactory.com, investing.com, Financial Juice. Those are the three main calendars that we use on a regular basis, and those calendars are where you can find your events for trading. The calendars, all of them have their own methods of showing you which events they think are going to be the most impactful. Forex Factory, they use red file folders for what they think are the most impactful, yellow and orange for lesser degree. And if you just look at the calendars, they have great information. Forexfactory.com, investing.com, financialjuice.com. Love them all. And there's others. You got Econoday, tradingeconomics.com, all sorts of calendars. That's how we find our setups. The key to everything that we do is to trade the events that are performing the best. Invariably, there's always going to be someone who says, what's your success rate on all your reports? That's not the right question. Nobody would trade all the reports because all the reports are not behaving properly. We trade the reports that are behaving the best. That's the idea, not to trade events that haven't been performing well. So there, we study the events month after month, week after week, and we try to trade always the ones that are performing with the best opportunity for profit. The ones that are at the very top of the game are our family money trades, events that we would trade our own family's money on. Trade the best of the best performing events. We find them, we teach you the trade setups, and we have even the best of the best, our family money trades. You can trade in a prop account or in cash. Everybody knows now, or most people know now, that most of the prop account companies are letting us trade the news whenever we want. So today I wanted to talk about how to trade volatility safely. At 10-minute trades, as I was saying, our software has multiple setups. So I wasn't really planning to load the software, but let me load it real quickly because Saturday the markets aren't open, so it's really hard to show. It's really hard to show the software. But I want to show you one thing in our software. So I'll load NinjaTrader. It only takes a second. And again, people get very confused. NinjaTrader is the platform you have to use if you want to use our software. And you can get NinjaTrader as part of your prop account, or you could get NinjaTrader as a cash trader, and they give you 2 weeks free if you want to just try it. So when I say that our software has multiple setups, all you have to do is click on the word strategies, and our software comes up with a dialog. And the dialog on the right here, you could click the trade type little arrow. We have a range trade, reverse continuation, and then we have a whole bunch of other setups. If you choose advanced trade types and then click the arrow again, we've got range trades with zones, one-click range trades, squeeze plays and trap squeezes, manual breakouts, earnings trades, market opens. The reason we reduced the choices because a lot of what we do is now done with our magnet trade, which we're going to talk about in a second, and our trap trade, which is another strategy, and our breakout trade. The reverse continuation also very important. So here we go. How to trade volatility safely. What is the trap trade? Our trap trade is a reversal trade. When markets are super volatile, breakout trades can be very risky because a couple of things might happen. You might not get good fills, and we are experiencing situations where the prop account data feeds are overloaded with millions of people, or lots of thousands of people, and those rhythmic servers don't seem to handle the breakouts very well. At times, if the market is ultra fast, you can be subject to a breakout trade not giving you a good fill. And it's important to be honest and transparent. That can also happen in a cash account, but it's clearly and unequivocally more difficult with the prop accounts. I can't tell you why. I don't really care why. I just know what I see, and that's a reality of prop accounts. Sometimes the fills in super fast markets are really weird, and sometimes they cost you a winning trade. Whereas if you had been trading cash, you would not have had the same problem. But we have a setup called the trap trade. We are entering that trade in the opposite direction that the market's moving. If the market does a whipsaw, we love it because when the market goes up, we sell it with a trap trade. When the market goes down, we buy it. And I want to show you a trade I foolishly didn't take this week because I'll tell you the truth, I was afraid to take it because it has been performing so poorly for such a long time. And we had a new setup that we've been testing on it that has been looking good. And I was just a little bit, I wasn't ready to take the trade. But you could see our setup. It's a trap trade. That's our trap trade icon, a trap of cash. And what happened here is this orange arrow is the current price, and we put 2 orders above the current price automatically, 2 orders below the current price. If the market shoots up, we're selling. If the market shoots down, we're buying. So in a volatile market, if it goes up, we're going to get filled. If it goes down, we're going to get filled. And if it whips, we're making our profit as it's whipping. We love whips. We love whipsaws when we take a trap trade. You see what happened here? It shot down. It kept going down. I thought maybe I was going to lose the trade, but very quickly it reversed. It was in pretty good profit, and then it started looking like it was going to go down again, which the JOLTS report can do. And then the reversal really took place. It explodes up. Remember, we're long because it went down, and it just bursts up. When a report reverses, it's an opportunity to make very big profits. This was one of the best trap trades we've seen all month. And it's just a shame we didn't take it live in the room, but our DMM had the setup on it. So any member that was out there and wasn't in the room had the opportunity to take that trade. It doesn't matter sometimes whether you took the trade or not. It's learning why it would have been safe to take that trade, even in the craziest, most volatile market. Because if it explodes down enough to fill us and then bursts up because it's a whipsaw, we're going to make money on that burst up because we've been filled long when it went down. And that's the beauty of a trap trade. This week, we have U.S. retail sales coming up on Monday. The history of that report is it reverses all the time. How do we know that? We know it because we're always looking at those events over and over every month. The U.S. retail sales, that report reverses all the time. So what we've done is we set up a trap trade setup, and I'll show you a couple of very recent U.S. retail sales trades. January 15th. Okay, so this was just 2 months ago. It's a monthly report. We have our setup. The price shot up. It immediately reversed. I was in profit in a second. And then I moved my stop into a safe area so that no matter what direction it decides to go, I'm going to make money. That was over $300 in about a minute. That's how long I was in that trade. Now, I was speeding it up because this is a short webinar, but you could see the price goes up. I get filled short. It reverses. I'm going to bring my stop into safety. I'll try to trail as the price keeps reversing. If it changes direction, I'm in safety. I'm in profit. I'm going to make money if it stops me out now. That's the beauty of a trap trade. Beautiful kind of event to trade in a volatile market because we're trading in the opposite direction of the volatility. It might be sometimes volatility is lots of movement in one direction, but more often than not, it tends to be up and down. You know, one announcement is made, the market goes up. Another thing is said, the market goes down. Tariffs are canceled, the market goes up. Tariffs are put on the market. You know what you've been seeing for the past month. So that was the JOLTS report and U.S. retail. Like I said, retail's coming out this week on Monday. Here's another retail trap trade. We've been trading U.S. retail sales using the trap trade methodology for a couple of years. It used to be a breakout trade. At 8:30 in the morning, the price shot down. I got filled long. And again, watch what happens. It starts to reverse. I bring my stop to safety, and now I'm going to try to trail as it goes up towards my target. That was a very nice profitable trade, over $400, 23 seconds. Usually trap trades take longer because sometimes you might wait a minute for the reversal to take place. And our traders in the beginning, when they first start with us, they get very scared to trade trap trades because it's nerve-wracking to be in the trade when it hasn't started reversing yet. But we study so many of these reports. We've been studying them for so long. Remember, I've been doing this for 8 years. If I say that retail sales is a good trap trade because it reverses over and over and over, I'm probably going to be telling the truth because I've been watching it for 8 years. Does that mean every single retail trade is going to reverse? No. Every now and then you'll get one that works like a breakout and you'll get stopped out, but that's life. Not every trade is going to be a winning trade. We all know that. So retail is a trap trade. Again, it's an event that our orders are put on the chart automatically. When the market goes up, we sell. When the market goes down, we buy. When the market whipsaws up and down, very often it puts us in one direction and then whips us into a profit in the other direction. So we love trap trade whipsaws. What is the magnet trade? I think for me, the magnet trade is one of the best things I've ever done since I've been involved with trading and with 10-minute trades. We noticed that over the years, trading the news, levels on the chart are always getting tested. Always, and I mean always getting tested. And I realized, and everybody knows that this is a fact, that there are levels on the trade, levels on the charts that attract price. And when we finally decided to actually define those levels and set up trades around them, that's when we created the magnet trade strategy. So what might be a magnet? So here's the key with magnets. The magnet is your exit, okay? The magnet is where you're getting out of the trade with a profit. What might be a magnet? A high of day and a low of day. They are my favorite and the best magnets you could trade. Are you a Fibonacci trader? Fibonacci levels absolutely can be magnets. A magnet is defined as an area on the chart that lots of traders look at. Because we're all looking at the same levels, highs of day, lows of day, PP and pivots, the VWAP, because so many people look at those same levels, lots of orders are sitting around those levels. Orders attract price. Price action pops into those levels. Sometimes it goes through them, sometimes it's rejected, but it doesn't change the fact that magnets pull price to them. And we set up a strategy so that you could trade into the magnets. So let me show you a couple of magnet trades. So, and I've got live and I've got some sim ones. It doesn't really matter. The magnets, they work on any instrument. Best, I love them on gold. I love them on oil, NQESYM. Great times to trade magnets around news, like right half hour before news. When a market opens, gold, if you trade gold, you know it opens at 8:20 in the morning. Gold is a great instrument to trade 7 to 8:30. Great instrument. Market opens when all the markets open at 9:30. Gold is an excellent magnet to trade. So here we have the PP as a magnet. Our software sets up levels so you can trade into the PP. That's a custom magnet, and watch, price goes up and it goes through the PP. That's what I mean by a magnet. All right. The key with magnets, one of the beautiful things that I also love about magnets is they're awesome for trading micros, micro gold, micro oil, MES, MNQ. You can trade and practice magnets with very little risk because micros are awesome to trade, especially in a real account, a cash account, where you can really learn to do them. And then when you get good at them, you could go and trade the full size instruments, or you could put more contracts on with micros, which is a great way to trade. It's just a great way to get your psychology in order. And we love micros for a lot of the setups we use, and especially in volatile markets, it's recommended to use micros because there's less risk. And you don't want to blow your accounts up because the market is too volatile. Magnets, so you're setting up your exit at the magnets, high of day, low of day. Let me show you a couple of magnet trades. And any instrument can trade magnets because they happen And if you want to sit in front of your charts all day long, you can. I wouldn't. I would pick the best times. There are best times to trade magnets. And like I said, around the open, around the close, around news releases. Those are excellent times to trade magnets. You could see here I was trading gold. The magnet was the green high of day. Our software automatically controls a magnet trade if you want it to, or you can enter discretionary when you want. I love automated magnet trades, but nevertheless, that high of day pulls price like a magnet, and that's how we came up with that name, the magnet trade. And I've got dozens and dozens of videos. Let me show you an oil magnet trade. CL storage report. So we had finished trading the report in our prop account, and we noticed, because it was after 10:30, I noticed that oil was making, this looks like it's natural gas. So this was natural gas making a new low. We put on a magnet trade where, again, don't forget our target is going to be 3 ticks before we get to the low, 3 ticks before the magnet, totally adjustable by you. You could set it up the way you like. You want to do 5 ticks past the magnet, you could do that. The magnet is your entry. Bingo, 3 ticks before the magnet, it hits my target. Magnets, again, they work very, very often because so many people look at those levels that price has predictable behavior around those levels. And then our final setup that we love and we trade all the time in our trade room, the reverse continuation trade. Reverse continuations, exactly what it sounds like. We were trading natural gas a couple of weeks ago in the trade room, our this week actually. Natural gas, we told our members, I'm not crazy right now about trading natural gas with real money because I'm just not crazy about the way natural gas is behaving. And sure as I'm sitting here, it would have stopped out because it had a whipsaw and it went down before it went up. And I'll just show you that because it's kind of interesting what it did. Natural gas is the reason that I'm here today. It was the first instrument that I noticed. Looked like it might be fun to trade as a news event. You noticed it went down before it went up. So you got in short and it burst up. It would have stopped you out. But that was not the trade I wanted. I had natural gas on another chart with a discretionary entry. Our reversal continuation trade is just that. I have 2 buttons, instant long and instant short. And I can go long or short based on what I think the market is doing on this news event. Natural gas had a big burst up on the news. It was getting ready to test the high. I took an instant long because the news result also supported a continued move to the high side. There's my continuation trade, not a reversal. Natural gas pops up, hits my target in my prop account. There was a quick 15 ticks on that trade after the news. Would have been a breakout loser, which we did not trade because we did not like the breakout market. Seeing is believing on all these setups, folks. I have hundreds of these trades. I could show you them working. Reversals that work right after the news. Reversal continuations that work right after the news. So here's the deal. If you'd like to join us and join us in our trade room for all of our upcoming news, earnings, magnets, trap workshops, trade rooms, we will include everything that we offer. The news trader software, the trap trade software, the magnet software, daily market movers, everything included for 30 days. Trade room access, everything that we offer. Okay, it's thousands of dollars in value. I don't want to make up these fake exorbitant prices, but it's thousands of dollars of education that you will have for the rest of your life. Whether you stay with us past the trial, there's a phenomenal 30-day trial. that we're offering for $20.25 for 30 days. It renews at our regular pro membership price for 97 bucks a month, which is ridiculously cheap as well. That's all we charge for everything that we offer on our monthly schedule, monthly subscription. This offer expires tomorrow at midnight. www.gopro25.com if you want to check out everything we do. I want to answer a couple of questions. How do you decide which asset to use in each strategy? So, Omar, that's just a question of testing. We test these events over and over and over, looking for the events that work the best with that particular instrument. So, it's really just a question of testing. And I know that most of you are not going to put the time in doing the testing. It's just the reality. That's what we do, and that's what you're willing to, pay us money to do. We put the testing in. We've been doing the testing for years. We know that on the jobs report, there are certain instruments that we would recommend. We like bonds. We like gold. Those have been our favorite instruments to trade on that report. Can you trade the ES? Is the ES going to move? Yes, it is going to move, but it may not be the best instrument to trade. $20.25 for 30 days to come in our trade room and check out everything that we do. There will be earnings trades. We use futures to trade earnings. www.gopro25.com expires tomorrow at midnight. It is a steal. So I just want to welcome everybody to come and take the trial with us. You'll get, like I said, our news trader software if you're running NinjaTrader or a prop account that uses NinjaTrader, the Magnet Trade strategy. We teach our methodology in the trade room. Choose the events you want to trade is what we're going to teach you to do. We have earnings trade rooms. Selected stock earnings with futures is what we do on a schedule, the schedule you want to trade. Okay, I'll guide you and help you in every trade room. www.gopro25.com. You'll learn which are our best family money trades, and it's a fantastic, fantastic way to trade. So I want to just show everybody when you type it in, www.gopro25.com. It'll put you on our trial order page. It's very simple. It shows you everything you get. We also include a quick start video and an appointment trading class so you can get yourself up to speed. You get our software license, the trap trade license, and the magnet trade license, and of course, all the help that we give our members in our trade room. So check it out. If our trading, look, Omar is asking, is this geared to beginners? If you're willing to just watch a couple of videos before you start so you're not completely, so everything is not so alien. One of the big problems we sometimes have is people don't do the process. They don't put any effort in. So when they get into the trade room, they don't have a clue what they're doing. So Omar, I always try to help everybody, whether they're beginners or not. So you can absolutely use the 30 days for $20 to learn our methodology. 30 days is the average time it would take a normal person to learn how to do what we do. I recommend that people take 30 days before they trade live with us to learn the system and learn the way news moves the markets. I want to thank Traders Corner for having me. I see my time is up. So go to the website, sign up for $20.25. It's unbelievable. GoPro25.com. I'd love to teach you, and I'd love to see you in the trade room next week. Hey, thank you, everybody, and I'll see you next time.
But with the right approach, it can also be incredibly profitable. Lee has proven that. Thank you for being part of today's event and for your generous offer, which we've also
Thank you
put in the
very
chat
much.
box. Thank you, Lee. Thank you. Now let's move